Welcome back to day 13 in the new house. We're starting off today and we don't have any deliveries actually. It's the first day we've not had any deliveries in a while, so no box on opening. But we have made a bit of a decision. So I was looking back at some of the older vlogs and I remember mentioning it's like, oh, it's better I try and do some of the smaller jobs in the week. So the decision we've made is, unfortunately to my sister's dismay, we're going to go for the wallpaper on the walls because it is kind of already peeling. You can see where my sister's been along and been picking at the paper already. So it looks like it's kind of loose. So I'm hoping it's just going to come off relatively easy. Now I have got, my sister has given me her steamer, so just in case I've got that if needed. But I think we're going to have a go at least at this section of the wall tonight. So I've been out, I've cleared all the wood and everything that was here, just dropped that into the garage for the time being and finally packed away one of the food boxes we brought in. But yeah, we're going to go for this wall and see how terrible it looks underneath. I was kind of putting off doing this, mainly because I didn't want to be living in a house with bare walls for as long as it could take to get the electricians done. But it's grim anyway, so we might as well get rid. So anyway, let's crack on with it. Let's get this first peel on camera. Let's see how much we get off. Here we go. Oh my God, I thought I was going to come off in one sheet then. There we go. First lump. Great success. Time lapse for the rest of it. Save the small jobs till in the week, he said. There was me thinking I was just going to go in and peel that whole corner off and it was going to come off in one nice big sheet, given how loose I thought it was. It's not. It's stuck on pretty good. So we have had to crack the steamer out. It's quite a hot day as well, so I'm steaming myself up. But we've managed to get the first strip off. And what I've kind of realised is, given how long that's taken me, we might need to go up a level in the time-lapse speed. So you guys aren't watching 19,000 years of me scraping a wall. One thing I have discovered though is, obviously, I don't know if I've mentioned, but actually the plan is to remove this gas fireplace completely so that we can put the sofa around this part of the room. Idea being is that the TV and everything goes over that side, so you're not cluttering up the walkway or the sort of central main movement space. So this is obviously brick. I think we've mentioned about removing this before as well, but some of this sort of like concrete grout type stuff is peeled away, and it looks pretty evident that yeah, that's just block work inside the room there. So that's a positive. Doesn't look like it's tied in too much. That was a good find at least. So I'm going to get myself rehydrated after doing that one strip. And then we're going to jump into uber fast time lapse and carry on and see how far we get down the wall tonight. As you've just seen there, I've just unlocked a new skill. Now, I've stripped plenty of wallpaper walls before. It's one of the things I have done a fair bit of. But I've never had the patience to try doing it in that way. So as you saw in that time lapse now, what I was actually doing is just literally running it down very slowly. It's sped up like 60 times on there. So it looked pretty quick on the video, but it was much, much slower. What that effectively does is it just lifts the top layer of paper, but left this sort of like backing layer of paper on the wall. What I could then do is I could literally just pull it off in huge sheets then, and it made it a million times easier. Makes it quicker to clean up at the end. And then when I then just whipped over it again with the second layer, with like the under backing paper, it just absorbed the water so quickly and came off. So, I mean, you can see the difference. One, I've got the big sheets I just mentioned, but two, look at kind of all, it's not damage, but like the underlayer of paint with the scraping I was doing earlier, compared to this section of wall then, which is much, much cleaner. Now, there is a few like bits of damp along there I might want to have a quick look at and just see, like, seems to only be in that corner around there, so just want to maybe check the damp proof course outside. I don't think it's rising damp, but there's a bit of something on there, so we'll get that cleaned up. But yeah, we've made good progress. We're just over halfway through the wall now, so I'm going to get myself rewatered, I'm going to get the tank rewatered, and I'm pretty sure we'll get this this knocked out and finished tonight. Well, at least this wall, not doing the whole room, at least this wall. But it's going to be a time-lapse heavy video, this one, so let's have another time-lapse. That was supposed to be an all-exciting part of the time-lapse where I satisfyingly peeled the rest of the wall and I'd be talking to you now with a completed job. However, the steamers just decided not to steam anymore. So I'm going to pull the plug apart, see if the fuse is blowing on it. I don't have any fuses on me at the moment, so that may be game over for the evening. So maintenance man Ryan's going to go and try and do some maintenance stuff, probably unsuccessfully, and it may be buy a new steamer tomorrow so we can carry on. I'll update you when I've diffused the situation. Sparky Ryan on scene. Let's get the live report from the studio. Let's check the continuity across this fuse. And fuse is fine. So, not entirely sure what the issue is here yet. I'm hoping it's not the actual heating element. I'm hoping there's just some kind of, it's just timed out for a little bit. So we'll let it settle, we'll let it have a rest because it can't keep up with the boys. And then, yeah, we'll try switch it back on. If that doesn't work, then that's it for the night. We're going to be living with a half-stripped wall. So, yeah. I'll come back for you tomorrow, wallpaper. Moment of silence for the steamer, please. It is no more. I must now go and apologise to my sister, hopefully before she sees this video, and tell her that the steamer is broken. So, we will be getting a new one tomorrow. On the plus side, we now have food. Yay! Air fryer coming in clutch, making cooking easy. So, we're going to get this scran down us, and then we're going to clean up the mess, and we're going to call it a day there. That's the worst of it bagged up. There's obviously still bits and bobs all around the edges of the carpet, but I'm probably going to clean that up after tomorrow because one, I'm going to make a mess of it again anyway, and two, it's still a bit wet from all the steam, so it's just going to stick to the inside of the vacuum. So we'll vacuum that up a little bit later. But very happy after yesterday and struggling to make any major progress. So I feel like we've got something done today, which was good. As I mentioned, tomorrow we'll go out and buy a new steamer, and I guess we'll carry on doing that. Got to do the ceiling as well at some point. But the ceiling, I'm not, as much as I'm not a fan of the paper, it's actually not in bad nick in fairness. So may need that a little bit later and just finish off the rest of the walls and other bits first. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed it today. It's been a good one, and I'll see you for another steamy day tomorrow.